Welcome back. You're watching Bigger Story tonight. Shifting focus to now the other big newsmaker of the day. AIMIM President Asauddin Owaisi is on his campaign trail in poll-bound Uttar Pradesh, where he spoke exclusively to Republic TV's executive editor Niranjan Narayan Swamy. He spoke on a range of issues, including the possible move of Raj Babbar from the Congress to the Samajwadi Party, and also the role that AIMIM is going to play in the UP elections. Remember, one of the biggest allegations that have been leveled against AIMIM is that they are the B team of the Bharatiya Janata Party. All those questions are taken by Asauddin Owaisi. Listen.
One of the big news points of the Owaisi interview was his first response to Raj Babbar possibly joining the Samajwadi Party and Akhilesh Yadav. He said he was following the news this morning on Republic when I met him. He said, is it true that Raj Babbar is going to join Akhilesh Yadav? And when I told him that we had a confirmation from the Samajwadi Party, his response on record was that it's opportunistic, while also adding that many leaders are perhaps unhappy with the manner in which they've been treated. Listen in. We've been getting back-to-back breaking news. This entire week has been sort of disastrous for parties like the Congress. So I'll ask you my first question is, UP mein Kaaba, you've been here for a few days now.
Well, you see, these are election times, and normally leaders leave their respective political parties for greener pastures. And so, it happens every election. You'll see people moving around, jumping around, turncoats, whatever you call them. I'm not surprised with our Indian elections this happens. But the way leaders are leaving one particular party, which includes Congress and BJP, it shows that there's a lot of inner discontent and unhappiness is there. So maybe that is coming out now.
The questions that Owaisi has faced in battleground Uttar Pradesh is whether he's come in to Uttar Pradesh and fragmented the opposition vote further. Because now with Samajwadi Party, Congress, the AIMIM and even the BSP, will he dent the SP's chances further by eating away critical votes in Muslim constituencies, Muslim-dominated seats? Here's my question to him and what Owaisi had to say in response to it. There's a reason why you're also in the fray in battleground Uttar Pradesh. It's the state with the largest population of Muslims. And you have Samajwadi Party, you have the AIMIM, you have the Congress Party, you have the BSP. Do you think with you in the fray, it's further going to dent the chances of BSP or whoever the contenders are, right?
See, end of the day, there should be competition, right? Yes. There should be competition. And so my argument is that why blame me? Am I the only political party contesting in UP? No. There are others. There's Alliance of Samajwadi, RLD. There's a BSP is there. There's Congress there. There are different other political parties. But when you lose an election in 2019, with SAPA and BSP coming together, you only win 15 Lok Sabha seats, right? Yeah. Remaining are won by the BJP and the NDA. Then 2017, I contest some 28, 30 odd seats. You still lose. 2014, Akhilesh lose. But the real issue is that these political parties are not willing to say that we are getting the Muslim vote, but we are not getting the non-Muslim vote. You don't have the guts or the courage to say this. But when Owaisi and his party contest, he's going to create a division. But aren't other political parties contesting? For example, look at this hypocrisy. In Azamgarh district, where Akhilesh is the MP, have you ever heard, you must have heard, that the Akhilesh candidate is a father and the other side BJP is a son. He's from BJP. Yeah. You have Mr. Maurya, who's in Samajwadi, his daughter is in MP from Badayun. You have an ex-MP from Badayun, whose own sister is a Zilla Parishad chairman from BJP. Yeah. So what is this? Why isn't this being said? I know this hypocrisy which you are practicing, and then you give a ticket to a person from Pratapgarh, who local people say that he was one of those persons responsible for the killing of the DYSP. Yeah. From Hasanpur, you have a person who says, I'm an RSS Pracharak. Yeah. So this is clear-cut hypocrisy and double standards practiced by these so-called secular parties.
From Hyderabad to moving out to Maharashtra, contesting in Bihar and then in Uttar Pradesh, I asked Owaisi the specific question on whether he has national party ambitions, and of course he does. He also responded to the charge that some of the other opposition parties often place on him, that he is the B team of the BJP. He says he's not the B team but the A plus team. He says he's been promoted. Listen in. Let me ask you one thing. How do you respond to all these comments that you're the B team of the BJP?
No, I have upgraded myself to A plus now. A plus now, yeah. So it doesn't matter, you know. See, the issue is that you get 75% Muslim vote in 2019, and then you still cannot win. Why don't you say that your father's majority in Mainpuri came down because the others didn't vote for you? Why don't you accept that out of your 5 MPs, 3 are Muslims? And you don't talk about this, but you assume wrongly that Muslims are some sort of a captive people, that they are your prisoners. They don't have the capacity to think independently. They're not able to decide what is good and bad for them. No, we are not going to fulfill your political dreams by only putting chairs for your dais or your munch or put dari on it. Yeah. We also have our hopes and aspirations. We want to fulfill it. And the biggest problem with the empirical data tells you that the most discriminated, backward community in terms of social, economic, education indicators in UP are Muslims. I challenge every political party on this. There's a data to back it up, to corroborate what I'm saying.
One of the interesting responses of Asaduddin Owaisi was to a question we asked him on his version of nationalism. He says he's a patriot and does not agree to the BJP's idea of nationalism. Listen in. You say you're a nationalist, right?
No, I'm a patriot.
Okay, you're a patriot.
I'm a patriot, yeah.
What is the difference between your patriotism and their nationalism?
See, their nationalism is that, as Modi said to a news agency, that he's a Hindu nationalist. I am a patriot, and a patriot is one who is willing to stand against any wrongs, any unconstitutional steps which are taken by the government power. But this blind Hindu nationalism which Modi talks about, and his believers or supporters, they have closed their eyes, they have stopped thinking. For example, isn't China sitting in Depsang, Demchak and Hot Springs? Why don't they talk about that? The
government says there's nothing of that sort.
No, it is there.
Government says nothing of that.
There are many satellite images, photos and experts. Many security experts are saying the same thing. The Prime Minister does not speak a single word about it. Why? You know, if you're a patriot, if you're a nationalist, so let us talk about it. Why isn't this Prime Minister talking about how China can sit? Why is China stopping us from patrolling, from all those patrolling PPs? Why? You don't want to talk about it.